is something which is not only good for the health. I do a little bit of walking now in the morning myself. It's not only good for the health, but according to the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, walking to the masjid and walking back brings barakah, blessing. I don't know whether you get blessing, you drive with a Toyota Camry to the masjid. Now, do you notice, I mean those of you who are my age, when we were children, did you see anybody sitting on a chair in the masjid? No. We never saw that. But suddenly now, 50 years later, every masjid has to have a large number of chairs for people who can't go down and sit there. Why? It is a lifestyle that has come with the modern life, the modern world. And in turning away from that lifestyle, we restore health to our people. So that eventually the children growing up in this masjid, in this village, very few, if any, would ever need to sit on a chair in the masjid. This must surely bring blessing. The interaction of Muslims as they walk to and from the masjid. The interaction of believers as they walk around the village, constantly walking. This interaction, this constant interaction of everyone would enhance village life, the flavor, mark my words, the flavor of life in the village would be enriched. The aroma of village life will increase. The splendor of village life would be something to be enjoyed, something far different from today where you don't even know who your neighbor is. You could spend a whole year living next door to your neighbor, you never talk to your neighbor yet. You don't know who your neighbor is. Do you know your name? In the village, there will be electricity. There will be excitement because of Allah's creation. Allah created us to live like this with constant interaction. The houses of the Muslim village would be such that villagers would be advised to adhere to simplicity and austerity, which is the Sunnah in the construction of houses. No one should flaunt his wealth by building a mansion, building a palace. Villagers would be encouraged, would be assisted in the effort to build houses which would, as much as is possible, be in harmony with nature. And so you probably would not need air conditioning. A toilet. I seem to remember that when you enter a toilet you have to enter with your left foot. Is it true? Come on, shake your head, man. Huh? When you enter a toilet you have to enter with your left foot? Yes or no? Yes, say it, yes! Why? Because an unclean place, isn't it? So angels will not enter the unclean place, would they? The shayateen will go there, the jinn will go there, but the angels will not go in the unclean place, huh? Well, what happens if you take the toilet from outside the house and bring it inside the house? How come you're so quiet now? You take the toilet from outside the house where it used to be yesterday. Nobody, unless it be someone fit for suntan, nobody yesterday would build a house with the toilet inside the house. No, because the house has to be pure, clean. You leave your shoes outside, don't you? You leave your shoes outside. So who would leave his shoe outside but put the toilet inside? You understand now? The mastermind who was at work, he took us for a ride, didn't he? Because I don't think the angels will enter a house in which one part of the house is unclean. But that's my opinion. And so in the village we try to build our houses in accordance with the Sunnah. And that is that the toilet is detached from the house. The masjid. The village will have only one masjid. It will be located in the center of the residential area. The Blessed Prophet ﷺ said, I leave behind me two things. So long as you hold on to them, you'll never go astray. The Book of Allah and my Sunnah. As a consequence, we would try as best as we can to ensure that the religious life in the masjid is firmly based on the Quran and the Sunnah. Listen to me carefully now. If there is a religious practice which is manifestly beneficial, but it is not based firmly on the Quran and Sunnah, then we would urge that it be restricted to private life and not be brought into the public life of the masjid in order to protect ourselves from fitna, people attacking us and seeking to divide us over peanuts. The village must have a market. Now this is the most difficult part of all, the market. The village would have its own market. We build the market and the stalls are all free. Anyone can come to the market and buy and sell. Anyone can put his goods on sale in the market. People from outside of the village would be encouraged to come to the market and to buy their goods from the market. All the produce which is sold in the market would be organic. Organic farming, organic dairy products and so on. So it is the purest part. We come back to that in a short while, inshallah. Market prices will be carefully monitored in order to ensure that the market remains a free and a fair market. You'd be surprised to know some of the most advanced scholars in the field at the State University of New York in Binghamton have come to the conclusion that the last free and fair market that the world ever had was the market of the Ottoman Islamic Empire before they destroyed the Caliphate. But when we hold a lecture on riba, inshallah, the subject would be explained. Eventually, the village would restore Sunnah money to the market. But I don't want to confuse you today, we're not going to take up that subject. But that subject will be explained, inshallah, next month when we have the lecture on Islam and the international monetary system.